Oh, what we get? Man, when's the last time we were live?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, been a minute.
I know Chuck was here, but it says 0 right now, so I have to wait. So we'll give everybody a second to join here. As a matter of fact, we'll do our little 30-second countdown just to give everybody a chance to join in. Hey, everybody's live.
Heck yeah.
Good evening, everybody. It's been our last one was the Gettysburg top 10 list.
Oh yeah.
Which got a lot of people.
What's up, Jeff?
So, but now we're going to stay in that era.
Me too, Paul.
I got to turn my comments back on. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we got Jeff and Paul. We got 7 people, and Paul, me too, man. I should have had it because Jeff and I ordered at most the exact same time. I think he blocked my order. I think he game blocked me.
Is this like ball? His order knocked your order out and kicked them.
I just walked down to the river and reached across the bridge, and they handed me my copy.
Oh man. So, Ulan, what's up, Charles?
Jerry, how you doing, buddy?
Nordic Camp, we got them all, man. We got all the top dogs here.
All right, so real quick, everybody in chat, if you've already got your game, give me a thumbs up.
And what game are we talking about, Jeff?
Oh,
we are that one at the. Oh, I didn't hit the one at the bottom.
You want me to put it on there?
John, how's it going?
Let's bring it up, buddy. And there we go.
There you go.
This is for Charles.
On the miss. Now, look. So I've cut the plastic off this thing, but I have not done. John, you haven't answered my question yet. Hot or cold, buddy? I've taken the plastic off. I took the box lid off to see if it looked like all the other GCACW games that we've gotten over the last few years, and it does. It's got looks like it's got all the same stuff. I didn't lift anything up to see what the maps look like or any of that stuff. So this will be something new for me too, because I don't really know what's in there or what it covers. Oh well, we know what it covers because where's the box? What we say it says it's Grant's Vicksburg campaign, April to July of 1863. And my wealth of knowledge for this amounts to my secondary savings account, which has about $12 in it.
Wormwood, hi.
Not many.
So we're going to have to rely, hopefully, on Andrew's knowledge here, that he'll know some of this background of this, because all I know about it is somewhere along the line, Grant dug another river and went around behind and then fought the Battle of Champions Hill, and then eventually Vicksburg surrendered. But I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that. And eventually when we get around to playing this, or actually Todd and I need to get back into playing this again. We're always talking to each other about we need to do this, we need to do this, we do this. Yeah. And we need, actually with me getting ready to move, and Todd's been doing a little convention stuff for work coming up. We haven't really had a chance to sort of get our heads together and do this. And I think the next thing we got coming up anyhow is September with Market Garden. And I know these guys have already been working on theirs. It's Spotting Round. I know he's been playing some stuff. So Hexy's the only one that hasn't touched anything that has to do with Market Garden. So
yeah, Hexy might have to miss Market Garden. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully I got news today for those of y'all that know I'm going to be moving. I got news yesterday actually from my neighbor who is in the apartment I'm moving into that they are moving out next Saturday, and I'm hoping that within a week after that I have keys in my hand.
Cool.
Yeah, Jerry Ulan, he lives down there within
5 miles, 5 minutes,
and he got his game. Well, I came home that night. I saw the email notification that said that I've been waiting. I saw it where the game was going to arrive, and when I got home, there was 2 boxes sitting in front of my door. The other one was the greatest gamble or the last gamble. So,
well, dude, there's guys in Spain getting it. I'm not bitter. All right, let's move on to the real stuff. What's going on, Jeff? What do we have? What's in the box?
You know what? All of you guys are going to be screwed up one day when Hexy just shoots a video that's of a naval game.
No, that's
Jeffy,
not...
guess what kind of plays a giant role in the Battle of Vicksburg?
Nah.
Oh, say that again?
Guess what kind of plays a giant role in the Battle of Vicksburg?
A giant role.
Yeah, what did you just talk about? But don't you like wargaming?
That waterboat stuff.
Yeah, the water.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of those in Vicksburg, my dude. It's kind of a big deal.
Hey, Scott.
Okay. Well, when I play Shiloh, doesn't that count? Because it has
no. Because I just asked you if there's a GCACW for Shiloh, and you said no.
Well, but maybe GBACW plays it.
Yeah, but he didn't even have Tyler and Conestoga or whatever. They didn't even play a role.
Tyler and the USS Constitution.
No, it's not the Constitution. Whatever.
Anyway, all right. Scott's waiting for his games. Ulan, yep, okay, yep. So we got some good stuff here.
God, I feel like I'm privileged that I get that stuff so fast.
Well, I know. I mean, Scott Rowland. I mean, we got royalty on this line here. We got Nordic. I mean, got all the people.
Joe. Caretaker. Maybe that's why.
Joe. Lexington and Tyler. My bad. I don't know where I got Conestoga. My bad, guys.
Joe, you might be right. That might be who it was. I didn't remember his name. So.
Well, that game was shipped from Massachusetts, so I'm still kind of confused why I got it ahead of a bunch of other people. So. Not that Massachusetts that far away. All right, I'm going to flip the camera over here, and I don't got to because I'm getting ready to bail out of this apartment. I don't think my lighting, I don't know, it might be tolerable.
Oh, you look beautiful, buddy. Don't worry.
So we're worried about the game looking beautiful.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I mean, let's face it. The live unboxings are not going to be typically as clear as the one where you set up your camera and film it. That's okay, right? I mean,
yes.
I mean, there's already people that have unboxed this, and you can see. And I'll probably just do like I don't even won't do one, but anyway, here we go.
So there's the box. Typical MMP. What volume one was this? This is volume 14. Man, they've had so all the Avalon Hill ones count as part of this series. So
do they really?
Oh yeah. And they're still sitting over on the shelf. I still got a couple of them I got to get rid of.
Well, when I get this, it'll be the 7th box I've got because I've got everything new and on.
Right. So you've got what? We've got everything. All the new ones start with what? 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
Todd, this is going to be your 7th GCACW?
Yep. All the new series.
Also, I'm really digging how much the audience here, the commenters are really excited for the ship counters and the naval rules. I see you guys. I love you.
I'm probably gonna lose those when I'm punching the game.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Do we want to see the back of the box? Let's see what the components list says here. It says 1 GCAW standard rules book version 1.6.
Yep. Yeah, I think they did. And I just printed out 1.5.
That's what I thought. I thought we were 1.5. Oh, well. All right. 1 Thunder on the Mississippi rules book, 2 22 by 32 map sheets, 2 280-piece counter sheets, 140-piece counter sheet, 2 charts and table cards, 1 terrain chart, 2 force displays, I think that's a great thing for a player aid for the game. 2 6-sided dice. It has complexity of between low and medium. Solitaire suitability is medium. And let's see, this is the 14th volume in the award-winning Great Campaigns of American Civil War series. It depicts Major General Ulysses S. Grant's 1863 campaign to capture Vicksburg. Okay, we're not going to read all that stuff. I always laugh at myself when I see MMP and then it says Hasbro in its logo.
Right now.
Wow. Interesting.
So Scott owns Line of Battle, but no GCACW. Huck Finraff, Sulan says. Yeah, that's pretty wild, Jeff. I just literally had 1.5 printed and bound.
Yeah, so now something else now. Got to go get and reread and reprint and re-highlight. And so what I want to know, so this is in Mississippi. So I doubt this connects to the Hood Strike North maps. Box all.
I doubt it. That'd be rough. That'd be colossal.
Yeah, I know. Well, and they've got all the ones so that the Virginia or the Eastern Campaign stuff, they all link.
Well, yeah, it's because they're all in your neighborhood.
Yeah, literally. All right, so here we go. We got your typical greetings card, dedicated to perfection and customer satisfaction. Awesome. It shows you the list of components again. Shows you how to call them. Shows you have any problems, how to email them. And they're on Headquarters Drive in Millersville, Maryland. All right, let's get that out. All right, so there is our Thunder on the Mississippi, Grant's Vicksburg. Get over there. Get out of the way. So, all right. Yeah, let's do this first. Let's see. We're dying to know what the scenarios are. So let's take a look. Now I'm looking away from my computer, so Todd, you'll have to keep up.
Yeah, the comments are just we're good.
All right. And my shadows are really gonna jack this up. Well, I gotta work on that. Don't worry, new rooms, I'll figure that stuff out later when I get there.
Yeah, we'll get better stuff here.
Yeah. So scenarios, what do we got here? We got actually I don't see. Oh wow. So there's 11 of them in the base game.
Whoa, 11 scenarios, and wow.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. Every time this game, I'm like, there's so many scenarios in these.
Right, and there's probably stuff that can be added to a lot of them. So I mean, but they got the Battle of Port Gibson, Invasion and Breakout, Unite Your Troops, Yankee Blitzkrieg. Oh wow, that's rude. Loring's Memorandum, Grant Moves West, Champions Hill. Yeah, speaking of Champions Hill, Andrew, did you ever play the little one, Champions Hill? Did you ever get that?
I have not. The Shattered Union series one from Mr. Lutman, I have not gotten it yet. I still intend to. Although Stonewall in the Valley or whatever that is looks a little more tempting.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
I want to get one of those too, because I didn't realize those little games are $50 each.
Yeah, but then there's not multiple in those. That's right.
Well, I mean, there's probably a couple scenarios, but it's all the same.
Right. Let's see. Scenario 8. I move it once. This is success. Army of Relief. And then scenario 11 is inflict all the punishment you can. God, you got to wonder if that's him.
That sounds good. I like that one.
Well, when did Grant turn it over to Sherman to start marching to the coast?
After this.
So you got to wonder if that maybe has something to do with that. Let's see how many pages in this thing here. So this thing's
or somebody wanted a conditional surrender.
Yeah. So we got, with the back, that's a pretty art on the back. 60 pages of, oh, wow. Wait, let's see what the advanced scenario is before I do that.
Well, Nordic says late 1863 Hexy Ulan after Atlanta.
Yeah, no, it is.
Okay, all right.
And then real quick, before you read that, Charles says, I mean, he's messing around, but he goes, how many of these scenarios only 1 or 2 or 3 turns? Probably a few of them, Charles, but the cool thing about this series I like is that usually the 1 or 2 turns, they're just really getting you to learn the system, right? Because they're very swingy. But the cool thing about them is that because you can activate everyone 2 to 3, 4 times, well, usually 2 or 3, it's like you get multiple turns. I mean, it lasts longer than just a turn, so it's pretty cool. Grant came east during the winter of 63-64. And then Joe says, after Chattanooga, everyone's chiming in, which is great. We appreciate you guys chiming in with the data. After Chattanooga, Grant came east, and the army after Chattanooga was turned over to Sherman. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for someone to do. I would so love to see Chattanooga in the Great Battles of the American Civil War, but much like the way they talk about Chancellorsville, it would be a massive undertaking, map-wise.
Okay.
To cover so much. So this has siege operations in it.
Yeah, that's the big thing about this game is the siege.
Is that my mic too close, or is that Andrew?
I think it's Andrew's cell phone doing this thing.
Just a sec, I'll get a whole lot closer in a second here.
Let's see. I don't see.
I'm going to mute you just a second, Andrew, and then I'll bring you back on.
Yeah, I don't see any scenario 12 starting now. There's only one advanced game scenario.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The Vicksburg campaign.
Well, there you go.
Oh, wait, aren't the rest of them like that too, though?
Usually there's I feel like there's 2 or 3 advanced games.
Right.
Advanced scenarios. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them just have 1.
Well, and this one would make sense. You know, I'm curious though. I mean, they've got the siege stuff in it, so I think Andrew's right. They're going to have naval rules in it. And I would assume that the naval rules would be specific to this game only. Yep, you had Union Naval Operations.
We're going to get you to play naval. Yeah, I'm going to try to bring Andrew back on here.
That's it. I'm giving this game away.
Well, Andrew's
Send it to
address.
Todd. It'll get there for his copy from MP.
Yeah.
But I could probably clip it, punch it, and clip it too, and still send it to him before it gets to him.
Come on, stop it. You're hurting my feelings.
Fair.
Pretty pictures.
Okay, so what's I got some designer notes there at the end. What's like that page you're looking on the left? Is that part of notes or is that just like history?
Let's see.
Because usually they have like a little.
Oh, this has a historical about some of the hexes.
Yeah, that stuff's cool, man.
That's cool. I didn't realize they did that. The map,
yeah.
the map gazetteer.
Yeah, I think they've done that a few times. By the way, you can send it to Nordic. I think he's looking forward
No,
to
it. He's gotten his quota of games from me for the next decade.
Oh, wow.
And then they got the historical details by date. So it's like the game is history. There we go.
That's in everything.
That is so cool, though, that people take these games and they walk you through the historical events using the hex numbers and whatnot.
Yeah, you just discovered that in Last Gamble, too.
Yeah.
Which someone else is waiting for. I think Scott's waiting for his.
That's that. All right. Then you're going to get your typical. Here's one of them. And these charts have been pretty standard over the years. I'm wondering now.
It says 1.6.
So here's an Army of Relief table on this one. Strategic events. Railroad movement, fatigue level gain. Did we? Yeah, we had that before. Yeah. And see what's on the back. No, it looks pretty much the same. Yeah. So that's good when you have a system where most of the stuff just sort of stays the same as it progresses.
Right.
So you don't have to pick up one. So you get two of those. All right, so there's a second one of those, which is very nice. It's funny too because this is one of those series of games where you don't have to have 5 million counters in the box.
Yeah, so there's only like 2.5 counter sheets. That's awesome.
Yeah, if that even. Let me find some other stuff here. We don't want that. Oh, they put the big dice in this one. All right.
Big
All right,
dice.
so you get the two, which these things are great. And the one game system that I played that I really love these things in were the Army of the Heartland, the John Prados Civil War thing. I love that game. But these are great. To have these things sit off the side and have all your forces here and just have one counter on the map.
Yeah.
Tracking your movement points and stuff like that. And they give you the two counters, one for what the dice roll was, and then you have another counter to track the movement of the individual unit or formation. So that's cool. Minimal player aid. So, a chart for each guy, and then the force chart for each player. And then you got your terrain effects chart, which this just looks like any of the other ones. And I'm sure they put the specialized terrain on there. And then it carries over to the back, which will have more specialized terrain on it. It tells you your movement. You get through the stuff or what it might do for you in combat. I mean, come on. This has got to be one of the easiest play operation type games ever made, I think. And it's very, very good to play. So we don't seem to have any problems with it. All right. What do we got here? So here's the 1.6 rule. So I'm going to need you to read these, Todd, and update me.
Sure.
Can you print off 2 copies, highlight one of all the key rules, and send it to me?
Sure. Yeah, sure, Jeff. Got it. So I wonder what's different in this one. Do you think there's the siege stuff or something? Or
well, you know what? Now that you said that.
Because someone, sorry, I don't remember who said it, that someone said they updated it for they updated it to 1.6 for the Vicksburg stuff.
All right, so let's see. So the
that makes
sequence
sense
of
if you guys
play,
have the latest ones.
Yeah.
So the sequence of play in the battle book, it just has a thing about the initiative segment. The Union player wins initiative on dice rolls of double 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Okay. Oh, wait, what?
Okay, so if both players roll the same number during an action phase's initiative segment, the player gaining initiative is determined as follows. So if it's 1, 2s, or 3s double, oh, I see. Okay, so if you roll double 1s, double 2s, or double 3s with the 2 dice, the uni gets it. If you roll double 4, 5, or 6. You remember we always play the games where if it's a tie, the Confederates always get to go?
Yeah.
Not in this one here. They gave it a different approach.
Oh, man.
So that's
all right.
the only thing. Yeah, that looks like the only thing in the sequence of play for the inside the playbook. See, action phase, initiative segment, activation segment, and ending the exercise. Nothing's changed. So, okay, so they must have the naval application to this. So I mean, it was you decided what you were going to activate anyhow.
Yeah.
In all of this stuff, so maybe just any of the battleships and cruisers and aircraft carriers they got in the Mississippi River will activate the same way.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So you got a 1.5 rulebook around there nearby?
Who, me? Yeah.
How many pages are in it?
Please hold. Well, it's the one I printed off, but oh gosh, 24.
All right, so this one has. Looks like it's added. This one has. Well, wait, hold on, I could be wrong.
24.
Yeah, 24 pages with charts on the last page. And by the way, if y'all want to get a hold of a copy of Wardrobe's wonderful recovery phase spreadsheet he did, I'm sure he's got it somewhere.
Yeah, where did I put that? I think it's sitting on the Facebook group right now.
Yep.
But then I can move it to Board Game Geek. I think there's some things I need to add to it or change to it. But
so I don't see anything in the standard rules that reflect naval, so it must be specific. I do see this. Wow, 32 years later, GCACW, 32 years later.
That's crazy.
Written by Joe Balkowski.
I was going to say, Joe Perez pointed out, I know you said the terrain looks a little different.
Right.
He said part of 1.6 was adding terrain types that are new to this one.
Okay, all right. I see a lot of swampy stuff in this one here, so that would make sense.
Yeah, okay. We got a comment that might be helpful here. A couple of them. Okay, so Nordic says, Charles says no naval movement section. Nordic says, which one of the series would be best to start out at? I guess whichever available, Nordic, because they're all in print.
And Hood Strikes North has it's a one map game.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. So Joe Perez says, part of what was updated in 1.6, so thanks, Joe, for keeping us up to date, was adding in series rules, combat, and movement concerning some of the new types of terrain in Thunder.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, just a minute, Charles. Mike's on. Hey, man. And then what was I going to say? Charles, yeah, page. Great campaigns of the American Civil War Facebook page, Charles. Oh, wait, they're pushing a bag version of Hood Strikes North. Okay.
Well, there you go.
What was the other thing? Oh, yeah, real quick. Someone was asking. Camp answered this question too. Nordic says at some point I'm going to need to branch out from GBACW. The series is akin to the Library of a Napoleonic Battle series scale, right, Sawyer? Yeah, okay. And Camp says yes, kind of, sort of. Yeah, that's why I think that library is an interesting option to learn some Napoleonic games.
Well, yeah, and I think those two, that series of games in this series, granted they're not the same, but they're similar level.
Newland, he thinks more like the Campaigns of Napoleon, which is that Campaigns of Napoleon. That's also OSG, right? I'm asking Ulan.
I wonder if that's the one game that I have over there.
Campaigns of Napoleon. Yeah, I think they just have one, the Kremlin one, the green box.
Yeah, the Road to the Kremlin. What about the Coming Storm? Which if I put that up for sale, I could probably make a mint off that.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. And Ulan says, yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, my German brother. All right, let's take a look at some counter sheets. Typical MMP white chipboard. Looks like these are all laid out nice and level. See, it seems like we got most of the typical. Oh, God. Can you see that one down there on about the 5th row from the bottom?
5th. Grant Drunk.
Two of them.
2 Grant Drunk stickers. Yeah, great.
Oh God.
They even got a counter for the Tide Initiative dice roll, Union Intelligence, Amphibious Invasions.
There you go.
Everything else, Breastworks Fort Destroyed.
Where are the gunboats, Jeffy?
We got supply. These are just the miscellaneous counters.
Yeah, they look like status counters, but
Rain, yeah. Okay, so you're typical. And one thing I'll say about their counters and the GMT counters for like the half-inch counters, they clip so easily. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so here's your strength markers and your fatigue markers. Siege broken counters here at the bottom.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's your 2 movement, your leader movement allowance and your active movement allowance counters. This game does such a great job with minimal informational counters. Even easier when you're playing it on Vassal. Yeah, so look, there's all your strength counters right there. There's not much.
Yeah.
Not much.
That's pretty amazing.
All right, here we go, Andrew. Oh, I see gunboats, but guess what? They don't have any name on them.
that's fine. That's not surprising.
Were they not named or?
No, but the Union Brownwater Navy was so colossal, and some of them were just named after random towns and random numbers and stuff like that. So it's understandable.
Why is my 4K camera not doing its thing here today?
Yeah, it's kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's like it's doing that thing where it cycles through.
Yeah, and well, I bet you it's because of my shadow coming over top of it.
I think it's trying to focus, but yeah.
All right, so interesting.
We'll get to some of these comments in just a minute. Keep going. When you're done with this, Jeff, I'm going to talk to some comments.
Your Confederate formations seem to have a lot more. Well, and probably because they had to break out. Well, now they got a lot more brigade formations on here than the Union does, but the Union, so wagon trains, gunboats, and then you get a lot of your standard counters. Yeah, more of the standard counters. Oh, to Raymond, Army of Relief, map exit, counters to mark that.
So mark what?
To mark exit points on a map for like victory conditions. So That's pretty good. We got 4 of them right there. That's Johnston's cool. Sick. Got a counter for that.
I mean, look at this game, like how few unit counters there are.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
What size do the unit counters tend to be, Jeff?
This game's usually, this one here's looks like it's all brigades and regiments here. Yeah, but then 1X is a brigade, right? Oh, here we go. The Union are in division, so they have some divisions.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Are you sure divisions?
Yeah, double X's.
Wow. So Andrew, this is the one also where you add the strength counters to these markers, right?
Yes.
So you could have one. What is it? 1 500 guys? Is that right? Or
I can't remember. But I mean, come on, these counters are so easy to function with.
Yeah.
Some of the leaders we got. Let's see who we got here. So you had
Grant, leaders. Man, that's
Grant, Sherman, Steele, Park, McClernand. I forgot he was shipped out there. Washburn and McPherson, another one. Okay. Then you got Johnston, Pemberton, Walker, French, Breckinridge. I tell you what, Breckinridge was all over the place. Loring, Stevenson, Smith, Forney, and Rowan. A lot of Confederate officers out there. Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. That's one thing I like about this is the pictures and the names and stuff. I mean, that's why ACW I think is popular. And let me go through some comments here real quick, Jeff.
All right.
We got a little bit of discussion about the Napoleon stuff. Got started, but the first one I want to start with is Mike Curtis, who says he's 300 miles from Vicksburg to Columbia, Tennessee. So he's in the Tennessee area. So that's cool. He's close to he's like you. He's close to some battlefields. So he talked. Well, I'm not going to say who's saying this stuff just to save time. So Napoleon, good Lord, Napoleon at Bay. Let's see, you get $500 for the coming storm. Yeah. OSG, Napoleon at Bay, Struggle of Nations, Habit of Victory, Napoleon at the Crossroads. Those are all from that same system. I thought there was only one game. Holy mackerel. He didn't spend much time on those. Then there are other campaigns of Napoleon from OSG. Oh wow, yeah, he must not get as many sales from those because he's certainly not working to keep those in print. The gunboats have mysteriously vanished from Hexy's version of the game, McMurray. So says Nordic. I do like the strength marker with Dorf's organized marking. Gunboats are not individual, but flotillas.
You don't have to do that, Charles. Keep on.
Yeah, Charles said he's going to behave and stop teasing Hexy, but I think that's appropriate behavior. Abstract Navy, Napoleon Bay. Plus, you have 1809 from Victory Games. Oh, yeah, they're talking about this is the OSG or Library. Well, anyway, one of those is an evolution from the Quad Napoleon games. The Library of Napoleon Battles. Mike says in the campaign, Union divisions are 8 to 10 strength starting. Oh, that's a lot. Murfreesboro, Tennessee is where Mike's from.
Oh, that's the Army of the Heartland game that I talk about. It focuses around, and a lot of it's around that. Plus, you've got the River of Death. GCACW game is Stones River.
Okay. Anyway, that's all the comments. We're caught up.
Yeah. Mike, I used to live in Jonesboro, Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee. So on the other side of the state. But
are you going to show us the map, or
we're going to do it? And lot of.
It's going to be a little tough because it's camera and the lighting.
Yeah,
but it's all right.
We'll just have to get through this tonight on that. So.
Oh dang, re-embiggen yourself, dog. That was awesome.
There we go. Right,
yeah, it's a pretty wild map, and because it's quite different looking than the most maps as far as like the layout of the map itself, with all the dates and times and the grayed out area or browned out area, whatever.
Yeah, which is weird. This map here being well, it's interesting because it looks like they tried to not align it, but it looks like the similar region, like the curve in the river that's here, or the curve in the river that's here is that curve, and this curve, that looks a little different. So this map here's Vicksburg at the top of this map. So I'm wondering.
Which way is north, Jeff?
That way, I guess.
I figured, given it says west map, but okay.
Yeah, so let's see.
Is that a turn record track up top on the left there?
Yeah. Wow, 1 through 70.
Yeah.
Random event table on the map. That's pretty cool. Wagon trains available for the Yanks, I'm sure. Yeah, that you would have to incorporate until Grant took Vicksburg or it surrendered. You would have to incorporate supply into this game. Because that was a feat within itself, because they couldn't get supply from over here yet, if I remember correctly.
They could bring supply all the way down the Mississippi without too much trouble, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they could have dropped it off here in one of these above Vicksburg. Where was island number 10 at?
I don't know.
Real quick, while you're looking at that, Nordic says played a miniatures Battle of Stones River with Frank Chadwick using his volley bayonet rules.
Nice.
In one turn, I wrecked 2/3 of his Confederate troops as they got mowed down attacking my troops. And Joe was stunned to see the Thunder on the Mississippi vassal mod available immediately.
Nord, correct, because he had to separate from the Mississippi. Wasn't that the issue?
And then Nordic says Grant had to leave his supply lines to outflank Vicksburg.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I say you have to have supply incorporated in this game.
So what's that river there on the right on the one you're rotating it now? But
yeah, well, I got to turn this one to face north also.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so this map, I know you're not going to see it, but it would be sitting over here.
Sure.
Going inland.
Well, there's a lot of rivers going on here.
This is the Yazoo River here, and Mississippi's over here. But I'm sorry, but I still, somebody tell me where island number 10 is in chat. Because didn't that play an extremely pivotal role? Or was that farther north up?
Stigler's on.
Stiggy.
Yeah. Someone knows where this island number 10 is. He's talking about. Let us know. So Stig says, that's definitely Vessel's a good way to promote it and also play test. What's the river right there, Jeff? The big one on the bottom.
All right, so this river over here is the Pearl River, and that's got Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay. Mike answers your question, says off the map to the northwest.
To the northwest, so up that way?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that thing was... Because didn't he have to deal with that before he even got down to the Vicksburg area?
Oh,
yeah, that's how moving downstream works. Yeah.
Camp says it's near Memphis.
Oh, really? Shows you how much Hexy knows about Western theater or transmission.
So what? Just real quick, I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's not with this battle. But what is island number 10? Why do you keep asking about it?
It's the Confederates put some serious cannons on that island. It was just a freaking. It was like they threw a very, very large rock in the middle of a creek.
Was it a man-made island?
No.
Well, yeah, but I mean they built it up with guns.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, so that's interrupting the supply coming from the north. Then
Not anymore. The Union had to take it before they could move south.
at all?
Not at all, but
I mean,
Mississippi to open up the Mississippi as a supply line.
Okay,
sure.
So where did so this map does have a little. So this map has a little piece of emptiness over here too.
Yeah,
With an army relief track, but then the rest of this. I mean, if you think about it, that could have. Well, maybe not one map, but still, that's pretty good. But look at all that green. All right. So what I want to know is on this map,
Ninja,
where did Grant do his canal?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Was it in here somewhere?
While we're waiting here for that, Nordic says he had to run the gauntlet of the Confederate forts before he could head down the river to get to Vicksburg. Ulan says east and south of New Madrid, or New Madrid, I don't know. And Stigler, who's joining us, says the 10 was the degree of difficulty. That's funny. Nordic was a huge gamble Grant took just getting down to the position to flank Vicksburg, and then that move itself was an even larger gamble.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about Grant when he bypassed where he was landing. That it was in. I remember hearing about all the swampy terrain and stuff.
Is that what that is?
That looks like that's what all of this is down through here.
What's that river southeast of Vicksburg? Is it Big Black?
Yep. Big Black River.
DeSoto Point, says Nordic. I don't know what that number 10 is on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Is where the canal was. That is DeSoto Point. Oh, DeSoto Point is where the canal was.
So that's still more way up to the northwest.
John
he bypassed Vicksburg. Oh, no, he ran the gauntlet at Vicksburg, didn't he?
No, that's what someone said here. Yeah, Nordic said that. Yep, Stigler, your geography. Nordic, no, wait, that's not the one I wanted to read. Camp says John Pope fame of capturing Island 10 and moved east to screw up everything.
Okay.
Take your word for it.
Yeah, I just this is going to be so when we start delving into this, playing this, this will be a whole new experience because I just don't know anything about Vicksburg other than the residents of that area under siege digging into the hillsides and stuff like that and eventually surrendering. I don't even know anything about the battles. The only reason I know about freaking Champions Hill is because people made game about it. That's really, I don't know. I mean, I can talk about Shiloh and I can talk about Stones River, those things. I really can't even talk about battles like, I don't know enough about battles like Franklin and Nashville and those things like that. That's just why I guess that's just one of those things. When you get introduced to the Civil War, the thing you think about is
Wilson's Creek.
Well, let's go even deeper. It's Gettysburg, it's Antietam, it's Shiloh. It's things like that. I mean, people don't even freaking cover. Like I say, I still want more on Chattanooga. I so bad want to see something on Chattanooga. I need the back of the playbook.
I want to see a game of Belmont. But yeah.
Go ahead, McMurray. What are you saying?
No, good. I was just saying I would like to see a game about Belmont.
Thanks, Paul.
We got like 3 or 4 of them, don't we?
Well, Belmont?
Oh, yeah. There's 3 or 4 on Belmont.
I guess to the Google machine for me.
Paul Dangle says God invented war to teach Americans geography.
Yeah. What was that statement I always heard? Why are Americans so good at war or conflict is because war is the practice of chaos and we do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, something like that.
So what did I need to see the back of it for? Just see this pretty picture?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Or that back of it, you mean?
So Oh, maybe that's got the island stuff on it. God failed. Stigler's going to be visiting Chattanooga for the first time in about a week. Really looking forward to seeing that.
Well, you're on your way to Dalton, aren't you, Stig?
God Invented War, blah, blah, blah. McKellen. Read 98 Days by Grabo. Good book on Vicksburg campaign.
How far north? That's a good question.
How far north could the gunboats sail up to Mississippi from New Orleans before they'd run into a CSA strong point on the river?
See, there's a whole nother piece of the Civil War now that you can do some learning about that I just don't know anything about.
Sigler says, yes, sir, at Camp Sawyer and Hex to Hex. So McMurray, I think he muted himself. He probably got a call or something.
No, I was eating pretzels.
Oh, do you? Okay, thank you. Well, real quick, McMurray, did you hear that question? How far north could gunboats sail up the Mississippi from New Orleans before they'd run into CSA strong points on the river?
I don't know. As far as I know, once Vicksburg was taken, though, it was pretty open. I mean, one thing that a lot of people don't get that I think somebody already probably mentioned is that the U.S. took New Orleans relatively early in the Civil War and then just held it. So they were able to supply it almost entirely by sea until obviously the Mississippi was cleared. But yeah, so that's kind of a cool thing. But
Stigler says there was one other major minor in comparison, fort south of Vicksburg, Port Hudson area until that was taken. So it's camp. Nordic says there's a party foul because McMurray's not sharing his pretzels. What brand of pretzels?
Well, there's 3 forts right here surrounding it.
Big Dog, they're the Menards home brand pretzels that have the peanut butter thingies in them. They're phenomenal. Yeah, Maynard's is awesome.
Stigler says the Union had overrun that little fort in 1864 to begin the disastrous Red River campaign.
Yeah, I think I know more about the Red River campaign than I do this. And I don't know anything about that. So that says a lot to it. This is going to be fun. So now what we need, okay, so the only thing that I have this game here, which I don't think I played, for CWBS on Champion Hill. All right, we know that Herman has done his on Champion Hill. And I don't know if there's what do we got in GBACW, Stig or Sawyer, that is I know we got some future stuff coming, but do we have anything existing in Trans-Mississippi yet?
Good question. At the same time, Camp's asking Stigler a question about a reprinting of GBACW magazine games in new format.
There's a New Orleans GBACW, isn't there?
You've got the what's that one you got? The one that has the town in it, McMurray.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Is it New Orleans?
Mm-hmm. Or New Orleans or Baton Rouge? I don't remember.
Baton Rouge. Yeah.
There you go.
There's a big discussion about pretzels on here. Tolmaka says sourdough ? Ever tried Snyder's of Hanover pretzels, McMurray? So good.
Yeah.
Fun fact: the dollar store next to the game store that Todd and I like playing at usually has the half-size bags of Snyder's sourdough bites.
How did we go from drinking GCACW in the Civil War into pretzels? Nordic, you always take these conversations in the wrong direction.
Well, see, we're in the Western Theater, and a lot of the people fighting along the Mississippi were German immigrants that brought pretzels over.
So good. Look at that tie-in.
Let's figure this out, man. Yeah, come on, man.
So yeah, 1.5-inch box. Typical. Other than the
that's like one counter tray.
So on to Richmond and Rosie. On to Richmond was 3-inch, and Gettysburg was 2-inch, and all the rest of them are 1.5 inches. Yeah. So I got a counter tray for this one here that I'm saving to punch in that.
Cool.
So see, nothing exists in the Trans-Mississippi, but one fellow was working on. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, that's I thought. Clinton's working on that, and your Battle of Raymond will be in that. And where is Raymond? What state is Raymond? Is it in Mississippi? Is it on this map?
The conversation derailed us.
Joe's right. Between the sourdough nibblers and the sourdough pretzels, you can really crack some teeth.
Oh my god!
That being said, let's bring it back in.
Bring it back in, people. Mike tried to bring in beer to the conversation.
Yep, there was a bunch of beer talk, but we're talking about swamps and the Mississippi and ironclads and how much fun Jeff's going to have.
Hey, nobody's asked Hexy what he's drinking during the show tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a part of our routine. I didn't think that was our thing. What are you drinking?
Coke Zero. Out of a moonshine jar.
I'm about to say it's going to be Coke Zero. Nobody needs to ask you, Jeff. Coke Zero is wonderful.
Out of a moonshine jar, so no need to ask that either. Well, so that I mean, it seems like a fairly. I mean, if I could be real blunt, $120 for that. It seems like the prices have just gone up on games like crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah, you got to think that one there for that box. I mean, yeah, the game's going to be original for sure.
I mean, I don't like to talk about that because I'm like, I don't know. It's just
I don't understand the process of doing it. So
yeah, let's not get into that. So that's cool though, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
all right.
We got a freaking long way to go, Jeff, before we get to 1863.
We can't even get out of freaking 1861 yet. No, we're in 1862 now, aren't we?
Oh, are we? We make it there? I mean, just in the one game.
No, we're trying to get into the 7 days stuff.
Oh, people, we gotta be more consistent here on the playing of this.
Well, once I move and get settled in, plus, you know what? Before long, fall and winter will be here, and that's usually when we get to play at our mostest. So
we need to play Storm over Vicksburg, Todd.
Storm over Vicksburg. See Stigler, who is doing Pleasant Hill, and Stigler says, "Yeah, that'd be me." It stalled a bit.
Well, Stig, don't they? So isn't somebody? I know darn well when I talked to, I don't know if it was Dick or not 2 years ago, Stig, we were in Gettysburg, that there was somebody in the background with the Red River stuff for GBACW. I know damn well. Maybe it was Fernbacker that told me that. I don't remember. Oh, it's Stigler. Okay, duh. Are you doing more than just that? Are you doing more of the Red River stuff, Stig? Okay, yeah, he's answering this question before I even get a chance to ask him. I still want to see the 7 days in GBACW. God, what a missed freaking... Why? Why is there not games on that? I mean, I've got the CWBS. They managed to pull it off. Why don't we have a GBACW for the 7 days?
Get designing it, bro.
I can't do that. I don't have that ability. Sticker was trying to tell me that the other night that I need to start maybe do a game design or something to change up the pace. But I want to do freaking 7 days, man, because I just think that's just too much of a missed opportunity. But I hear that it's a problem with getting the, like he was talking about there, about the orders of battle. So that was a problem with that.
Nordic is Hexy. I'm still waiting for GBACW Antietam.
The remake of Gleam of Bayonets. Well, we know that's our camp. Aren't you got your hands in that one? Because I think that one's going to, I think that's already in the process. Okay, so we know that I'm going to be moving. And I did say that I will probably set up a Civil War game when both my tables are together in their new gaming room. And I'm just curious which Civil War game all y'all would like to see me actually playing.
I think you have the, basics of the Civil War down pretty well at this point in time. You've got how many systems under your belt and how many different engagements and battles under your belt. The issue is, in order to get you, all gunned up and ready and prepped for Vicksburg.
What's up, Tony?
You're missing there's some pretty serious holes in your experience, to the point where playing Yakinto's Ironclads would probably get you, to the point where you have a general idea of what the hell you're doing.
I knew he was going to go down that road.
Of course I was.
Whenever McMurray starts talking a lot and making chapters and introductions, it's going to end up like he's going to punch you in the baby maker. Like a good chat here among you guys. Nordic says 3 dog. Tony's Board Life says, "What's up, guys? Hey, what's up, man?" Well, I love how McMurray took the long road to get to the gunboats. LOL. Nordic says.
Always, Nord. You know it.
Charles says Avalon Hill, Gettysburg. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Yeah, I would say 3-Dog.
Really? Even with the new one? Well, we won't see the new one until next year sometime at best.
Yeah.
So.
Just play a small battle from that.
All right, Stig. So you're doing Mansfield. That's cool. Pleasant Hill and Mansfield. And some other, lesser known or not, Stig. I mean, okay, so from my perspective, I need those games to help me learn about, that theater. Because I'm sorry, I got news for you, but okay, all right, so why did I, other than it's part of the series, why did I buy Hood Strikes North? Because it had the name Hood in it. That was and it was GCACW, so I bought that. There's just, I mean, come on, what big Civil War games are made that cover anything, west of freaking Virginia and Pennsylvania? It's pretty much just Shiloh. And there was so much more that went on out there. I mean, I think what's going to happen is Stig's game is going to get out and get in people's hands with all these little small fights. And they're going to find out how popular it is that people jumped all over because they're going to be easier played than the big ones. And then Stig learned a bunch of other guys who say, oh, let's start doing boxes with 3 or 4 of these little mini battles because there's got to be thousands of them for the Civil War out there that haven't been gamed or people don't even talk. Hell, like I said, I can walk out my door here and there's probably 50 different markers for 50 different skirmishes just right here in this area. So there's got to be more to do.
Camp says Stigler, I'll be the first on Pleasant Hills. I have history with it. Paul said something about the battles, or no, Joe. Who said that? Who said, hold on. Joe says 7 days. Joe says 7 days would be too big, would be wonderful as a series of individual games all in one box. Mark G's on.
Mark Gauthier. Good to see Mark.
Dick Whitaker had no design experience, but he did Into the Woods. You can do it, Hexy.
And that mug won an award.
As I've learned about Hexy and Jeff, I've learned, yeah, he's probably right. Probably wouldn't. I don't think he would enjoy that experience. I mean, I don't know. You never know, but just doesn't.
That would be good, Stig. That would be very good.
I enjoy the fact that Nord is talking about the one time that Jeff has failed to have Harry Heath's first Panzer Division, not just smash into the town of Gettysburg. And what's Nord doing? Just roll it in and make him just fucking with you about it. Also, again, Ulan saying HMS Hood, absolutely. You could always get the River Plate and Denmark Strait folio game from Decision Games. That'd be a good one for you.
Yeah, I got a question for Jerry, for Ulan. I remember us discussing you were working on a 7 days project. Whatever happened to that? Did you get sidetracked by 3D printing naval components?
Hell yeah. That's what's up. Good for you, Ulan. Proud of you.
Plus, y'all know Ulan, he just had himself a little hospitalization incident, so he's just now starting to get back to doing his thing. So he was out for a little bit there. Let's see, Lucia, when Richard Berg was designing Corinth, he said SPI could put them together in a box and call it Iron Horse. But then along came the Cross Keys game. Luke, yeah, and I sold. I think somebody bought both of my volumes of. I don't even know what they were called anymore. They had like 8 Civil War battles in it, and I can't think of what it was. So. But it had Luca was the only one I think I played. I think I played one of the Wilderness ones. Which was cool. So.
Oh man, that doesn't sound good, does it?
All right. All right.
Well, there you go, guys. That's it. Great
Hang on.
American Civil War.
Hang on.
Oh wait, Andrew's got something else.
What's going on, Andrew?
He muted himself.
Grape shot. So I don't know. The guys are talking about Pettigrew and some other stuff. I don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Pettigrew wrote a book.
Nordic's talking about his playing of the game. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think were you getting ready to sign off when?
Well, I was going to close up. I still haven't seen the answers to other than I saw people say 3 dog. So let me. Okay.
Well, no,
Last thing.
Charles said Gettysburg. By
So Avalon Hill, the 77, which I probably should eventually, but I'm going to use Ulan's maps if I do it like I did last time. So I can get any one of Jerry's games from Ulan. I have Line of Battle, I have GBACW, I have CWBS. So those would be tactical, semi-tactical. And I would say within that series, what would everybody like to see me play within those series of games?
So say them one more time.
All right, so Line of Battle, GBACW, CWBS, or Last Full Measure.
Yeah, I can't.
I want to see Terrible Swift Sword.
I'm going to go Line of Battle. Are they popping on here? Looks like the Champion Hill. Hey, Jean Tichy. River of Death. Champion Hill. Stone River.
So far, I've got every one of them that are all talking about.
Want to change Line of Battle, says Stigler and Todd. So that's what it should be. But you played Line of Battle fairly recently, right?
Yeah, I was sort of messing around with the small scenario.
Oh, I'm sorry. And are you talking about setting up? You're talking about setting up a big one, right?
Yeah, when I move and put my
you move
back together, what's the first big game? Because it's going to be a tactical Civil War one.
So you're thinking it'll probably be like a month, probably.
Stigler, I'm not going to argue with you. Nobody has still yet to put out a system that I prefer over GBACW. Chuck. You need to move more inland in San Diego where you can't see those freaking ocean and the naval air stations and all that other stuff.
Oh,
I've got Gringo. I got all the Gringo stuff.
I need to go visit Charles when I'm in San Diego next couple months.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be out there. So
that trip does not allow for much.
Maybe I'll have to put up a poll.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Question is, where do I put it up at?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could do one on does YouTube allow polls? I think it. Yeah.
Yep.
You could do a YouTube poll and do a Facebook poll. Just see what you get.
Second Manassas 162. Camp up, so that's coming up here in just a few days, but I'm not going to be moved. I figure I won't be comfortably set up till say maybe so the first week of September, since Labor Day is the 2nd, I think. I took vacation that whole week, but I took it because the club championship is that following weekend. So I know where my brain will be that entire week.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean at night I can't start getting something ready. So I'm figuring this. Maybe I get something set up at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the month, and then maybe by the second week of the month, because once the club championship's over, I don't stop playing, but I'm pretty much done focusing on golf.
Well, I mean, if you're doing that, then you just need to set up Highway to the Right and get going on that. You'll have to put Civil War off till October.
Highway to the Right. Come on, I don't want to do that.
I'm just kidding.
The SPI one. Somebody send me the SPI one. I'll be happy.
Don't worry.
Stig. I'm moving 20 feet away from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom.
He had to get himself a game room, full-on game room.
So whenever you get out here, I'm gonna have to drive an extra 20 feet before we can go up to Gettysburg together or Antietam. Oh, I'm sorry, but to walk an extra 20.
I'm about to say, I hope you're not driving down the hallway in your apartment building. But all right.
Cedar Mountain's in August. What is the date of Cedar Mountain? Hey, is that the Holland? Did I send you that Holland 44?
August 9th. That's 2 days ago.
20 feet. Why not move into Bloody Lane? August 9th.
Yeah, Stigler's going to get the next time Stigler's coming out this way, we're going to Antietam. I can throw a rock to it almost from here. So,
proving that Stigler's a better friend than McMurray and Todd.
Accurate. Can confirm.
So, yeah, I want my 3rd club championship trophy this year. I really want it bad. So, all right. So there you go. That's it, guys. Thunder on the Mississippi. I hope all you guys get the games you all were looking for. here soon. I hope y'all get the last gamble because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Kev's getting ready to start doing some with it, but I think he's getting ready to take off to New Mexico. I believe he said.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he might play the one scenario because they do have the one map scenario there you can play.
Oh, when he's out of town.
Yeah, when he's taking a little break. He said, getting away.
Jeff, you should play the GBACW Wilson's Creek.
I'm not going to say that's not an option because GBACW does go way back.
Yeah, so. Thanks, Ulan. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, thanks all for who popped in here. Like, especially the guys that really know the system and all that, and kind of pointing in Joe. And I'm going to forget all the guys. I'm sorry, but Joe, Ulan, Mike.
We had a good bunch in here. We had about 29 of them in here for a little while there. So
yep. That's good. Thanks for showing us, Jeff. Let me live vicariously through you since I won't be getting it for another 4 to 5 months. So
one more. Let me ask Stigler one more question before we bail. Stig, any update on your game release?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Yes, Stig.
If you're still there, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can as we kind of wait here. So we're excited about that. Are you playing? You're kind of what are you playing right now on the table? Anything set up? Or
I got nothing. No, I had that Men of Iron game set up and I took it down because I'm like, wait, I'm not going to do this, and I'm going to have to start. Granted, while I don't have to pack, I still need to I need to take my TV off the wall, take my ceiling fan down because it's coming with me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
No update on release, but it's pretty close to going to the printer, says Stigler.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so pumped about that.
Cool.
Your copy of what, Mike? The copy of this game or the copy of Last Gamble?
Probably if he's still. Oh, yeah.
Love you, Chuck. You know I do, buddy.
Oh, that's a good question. I think I'm going to say it's pretty good, Nordic, that it's going to drop before the end of the year. Because it's moving up that list on the GMT updates. TOM.
Right,
Thunder on the Mississippi.
Okay, good deal. Good deal, Mike. Okay, well, there you go. That's it. Hey, good little Sunday night get together, chit chat. We little hasty. Todd popped it over to me this morning. Said, hey, you want to do this tonight? And I said, sure. I always want to do that when I can. Sunday nights are good. Thursday nights are good for us. We try not to bump heads with anybody else when we can. But so you can expect to see most of the time with us. It'll be Sunday or Thursdays when we do this stuff. So appreciate all y'all popping on here tonight. Love all the input. If you got anything, for me that would help me with going down this road in the Mississippi, pop a comment in. This thing will be live. So I'd love to read. I'm sure Todd would also like to catch up on that stuff too. And Andrew here did stuff too. So, hey, if you're not subscribed or you know somebody that would enjoy this, get them over to our channels, get them to subscribe, and they won't miss when we get a chance to do that. Like I say, winter's coming, fall and winter's coming, and I'm sure we'll do some more shows because we talk about it all the damn time. That we've been a little slack because of all the stuff that's been going on, but I'm sure we're going to get back to doing this stuff soon. And I can't wait to get this move over with, get my room up, and because I was snake bit with playing games here recently, and I'm hoping that that's going to kick me back into gear. And I'll start playing all out again. And I'll tell you this, I do have the plans to redo my instructionals for GBACW.
Well,
and cool. I'm debating doing one for CWBS also, even though you're not going to see any more games in that system. So you all can look forward to that maybe towards in the winter time. All right. Good stream. Thanks you guys for here, Andrew and Todd, and we'll talk to you about later. See ya.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, guys. See you, Paulie.
Bye.